Hello there again, running ears. I'm Manny, and I'm just going to get straight to it. So, if we look at the Run Disney website, we see this. So, there's not much going on. Nothing has really been updated except for the blogging section, which just gives information on how to train and so forth. But if you notice, the virtual is in 13 days. But if you look at the runs, there is nothing 2020 and 2021 and nothing Disneyland Paris, nothing, but the virtual one does have the old ones there, and that is about it. Now, what does that mean? I really do think an update is coming very, very soon, and we shouldn't read much into it. But then, a couple of days ago, I got this email from Lasting Commemoratives. It stated that the last chance on all Run Disney products, and that you have until June 15th to buy stuff, and it's all 25% off, and it says to shop now. But the key thing here is that you have until June 15th, and it says last chance on all Run Disney products. Again, I'm going to say that we can't read much into it. I think that Run Disney actually over the last couple of years, because of all the cancellations, they have a lot of medals to sell. They probably sell them real cheap to Lasting Commemorative. They're just trying to get rid of them because they got such a high inventory, and so they're trying to get rid of it. But if you look at Lasting Commemoratives on a regular basis, they're almost always having a sale on Run Disney stuff. I do have an email put out to them, and I still haven't heard a response. But if I do, when I do, I will post it here. Now, another thing that we have to look at, when I went back into the Run Disney website, I looked under Club Run Disney, and this is what I found. So once you go to the website, you have to go to Community Club Run Disney, and look at this. Okay, so these are the levels. So what I decided to do was I decided to see if I could purchase this. I know that they were selling them a while back. It's been a year. It's been a while since I checked. But when I checked to see if you can purchase Run Disney, it says registration for this event is closed. Now again, because of the pandemic, they probably shut that down for a reason. They didn't want to give a lot of refunds back, and so I wouldn't read much into that either. So now we're going to jump into a different topic, or a different angle of this topic is the New York City Marathon. And let's take a look at what they're doing. So it was announced that the New York City Marathon is coming back with 33,000 runners. So as I look here on their website, they plan on having this event in November of this year, which correlates to about the wine and dine for the Disney runners. Now, usually they have 53,520 finishers, or that's what they had in 2019. So now they're bringing it down to 33,000, which is about 60%, I believe, 65%. And so who can run the race? And so you actually had to be registered for last year's run, and you could have deferred it through this year's run. They're going to have they're going to allow them to do this. Now, who can actually run? And this is the interesting part. And as we scroll down, they do actually have some rules. And so as far as COVID is concerned, it says you will be asked to wear a face mask, follow travel restrictions, and either present or a negative COVID-19 test or show proof of vaccination. So now we will go over to what this means for Disney. New York City Marathon, Boston Marathon, they actually run a lot different than the Walt Disney World Marathon. Now, Walt Disney World owns its own property, so they got the advantage there. The biggest issue is the parks. So for Walt Disney World, we get to run inside the parks, which is great, but now you cannot control people that are coming into the parks. Are they vaccinated? Have they tested negative? And us as runners, our immune system is lower because we have been running, and sometimes when we get to Epcot, which mile marker 25, we're going to finish at mile marker 26. So our immune system is pretty low. So if people are there and they have it, they cough on you, there's a good chance you might get hurt. You might get sick. I'm sorry. But that is the reason why I think that when, again, not reading too much into it, New York City Marathon is going to go forward as planned. But I don't think Run Disney falls into that same category. With all that said, Manny, when are we going to have Run Disney events? I'm going to go back to when I was ranking the 4 Mickey tier group. So 0 means 0 Mickeys means it's not going to happen. 1 Mickey is 25%, 2 Mickeys is 50%, 3, 75%, and of course 4 is going to be 100%. So I am going to go through the rest of this year. So the next one up is November 2021, which again, remember we were looking at it and it has not been stated that it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think I'm going to give it a 0 Mickeys, and I'm going to give it like a partial Mickey because I think it's about a 10% chance it may happen. I just don't think so. I think if they do have it, they're going to do something similar to what New York City did. They're probably going to get the legacy runners to sign up first, and they're probably going to keep it at about a 25% capacity. They're going to have to distance. It's going to be a lot different. I just don't see runDisney doing that. So I think now we move over to the 2022 runs, and I'm going to break it down to the first half and then the second half. I think the first half is a 1 Mickey, possibly going into 2, but I think it's closer to 1 Mickey. So that means the first 3, the January, the marathon weekend, the Princess, which is February, and the yet to be rebranded April one, which used to be Star Wars. I give that about a Mickey and a half. Because I think it can happen. I just don't think it will, but I hope I'm wrong. Now, once we start getting into the second half of the year, which is the November 2021, Wine and Dine, I think we're starting to get into the 2 to 3 Mickeys, and for sure 2023, I think it's going to be 4 Mickeys. A lot of people have been speculating, are they going to cancel all the runs? They're just going to stop doing all the runs, and then they're just going to go virtual. I don't see that happening. A few reasons. A lot of people don't realize that they put these runs on in their low periods, so they're slow periods when they don't have a lot of capacity, a lot of attendance, and so they would miss out on that. Plus everything that they make off of merchandise, off of people staying on Disney property, and then of course going to the parks. Now, the added bonus, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, it's a plus and it's a minus. The added bonus is that most people that work runDisney events are volunteers. The negative part about that is it's going to be hard to get volunteers out there and saying, hey, by the way, sign this waiver because you might get COVID. So I think that they're going to do the same thing that they would do with runners. If they do carry on, they're going to have a negative test or proof that they have been vaccinated. Well, that's almost it for now. I'm going to leave you with this before we go. This is the unboxing of the Star Wars half marathon medals that I just received. So guys, I got my box. Let's see if I can take this out. If I can take this out pretty quickly. Well, it took a little bit of time, but I was able to get it out. Now, this is a Star Wars Rival Run weekend, but again, it's virtual. But let's open it up to see what we got in there. You're Out of This World OtterBox. OtterBox is one of the sponsors here. Special thanks to OtterBox. Foam rollers for runners. And here are the medals. So here is a 10K medal. And here is the half marathon medal. I did not do the challenge. I didn't get in. And I didn't upgrade to the challenge. But thank you very much. That's it for today, Runnineers. We'll see you next time. And until then, create a magical day.